Capricorn, hi. So this is going to be a reading for March 9th through the 15th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Cappy. The overall energy for the reading, the Nine of Wands. A little, I kind of get that as a little bit of stubbornness on your end about something. Kind of like, you know, you have everything it takes to get something, and then you're like, no, I don't want to get it. You get it, you know? Okay. In the recent past, the Three of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Fool. Something hurt you there, but you didn't do anything for quite a minute, and then at some point you're like, okay, I'm gonna do something about this. Okay. In the current situation, the Five of Cups, the Tower, the Six of Pentacles. Things are catching up with you. What's going on here? But it feels like a good thing. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, you're being cornered by your own past and you're being tortured by it too. No, it's like things, unresolved things are kind of catching up with you or something. And it does look like, uh-oh, you know, when it happens, but then it turns out to be a good thing. Because it's like, well, okay, I guess I got to look into this, or I guess I got to address this, or I guess I, you know, things like that. So, okay, it turns into something good. In the immediate future, the Empress, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Wands. Man, you're stepping into your power big time. It's going to take a minute, though. I feel like first you need to address these things that keep on coming up. So it's going to take a minute until you're going to feel like, oh, okay, finally, good, you know? You're going to feel that sense of happiness and balance, internal balance, and that nurturing aspect of yourself is going to come out a little bit. So it's good. It's going to take a minute though, because I feel like things are just catching up with you or something. Let's do the Nine of Wands, the Devil, the Hierophant, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is one of those, you know, because this, whoever this is that you're kind of stubborn with here, it's someone close. So it's one of those, you know, you said you would do the dishes and you didn't do it. Well, I don't want to do it, you know, kind of like that. I don't know what the issue is here that you're so snappity snap, but okay. Because things are looking good here. Things are looking, but all of a sudden, so I don't know, a little bit of a snappy attitude here and there. Not all the time, not all the time. Generally, within this situation, you would be fine. But again, from time to time, you may catch yourself snapping here and there. I think then you realize immediately, I think because things are catching up with you, you're kind of on the edge here a little bit. For the Three of Swords in the recent past, you get the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Swords. Okay, so whatever that was that hurt you came from an energy exchange. I see you there with another energy. Everything's fine. Everything's great. You know, things are looking freaking amazing until they don't. Something happens that hurts you. And then, again, I don't see you doing anything about it necessarily. You kind of just pretend that didn't happen. Let's move on, you know. Nothing to see here. Things like that. For the Two of Wands, you get the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Chariot. But it's been always on the back of your mind. Like, I got to do something about this. I can't just let it, you know, pass. So from the get-go, even though you didn't do anything about it, you were thinking, I gotta do something about it. And eventually I think you did. Hopefully it didn't come from that, not doing shit about it, building into resentment or frustration or, oh, I can't take it anymore, you know. Hopefully it didn't get to that. But yeah, at some point I kind of see you going there in that direction of, okay, I gotta. Let's do the Fool. The Queen of Cups, the Lovers, the Four of Wands. No, I don't. If it did come, you know, your I got to do something about it. If it came from a sense of things piling up for you in the background there because you chose not to say anything about it, and then by the time you did, you got all flustered and stuff. I think the important thing about this was for the thing to be addressed, whatever that was, that hurt you or that you took in a way that hurt you. Because ultimately, I see from the perspective of the energies within this connection, I see a lot of love there and a lot of strength in the commitment, so I don't think it was that big of a deal, especially if you would have said it in the moment, that whole sense of, hold on, something doesn't feel right here, instead of kind of holding back there. But that's a clear example of things that are catching up with you. Like, you're not going to get away with pretending things didn't happen, So that I guess that was a small one. Right now, it feels like a fucking flood. So, okay, because, the end result looks nice. Like, good. You let it out. Good for you, And then I still see the energies sticking up there like a sore thumb of love, of commitment, of, things are good. Let me see the 5 of Cups in the current situation. The World card, the King of Swords, the 5 of Swords. See, because that's what we say, right? Something happens in our life with someone, let's say, and it turns out messy, but messy. Man, so messy it's not even funny. And then, we heal, we work on it, we do this, that, and the other, and then we say, oh, I'm done with that. I'm done. It's done. It's a done deal. I put it in my past. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to do anything about it. But then some energy from within that context keeps on coming back. And then we're surprised. Wow. What the hell? I said I was done. So I think something like that is happening. Because you're showing me a situation that is done. Is of the past. And you're like, okay. Wrapped up. It's done. And when it shows up, again, the same reaction of, what the hell are you doing here, energy? I thought I was done with you. Yeah. Just because you think you're done with it doesn't mean you're done with it. There's always experiences from our past kind of haunting us sometimes so that we learn something out of that. Because we think it no longer affects us, so that means I healed it. Okay, maybe there's other stuff that you need to learn from it. Who the hell knows? But keep yourself open to it. Don't just shut it down because you're done. For the Tower, you get the Hermit, the 9 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I see you eventually being like, okay, well, I guess I gotta look into that. I guess I gotta unpack a little more there. But it's only when it kind of bugs you, when it reaches a point of this is annoying. Why the hell am I thinking about that? Or why the hell am I seeing that everywhere? Or why, so it gets to the point of it has to annoy you for you to be like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I guess I gotta address that. So I would assume these are things that either come back for healing in terms of maybe you're thinking a lot about an experience you had 20 years ago, that you think you're done with. Maybe things that were left up in the air, no closure, no nothing. It's just because it's in the past. That means you're over it, right? I don't know. But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting throughout the whole reading. Things are catching up with you. What I'm happy to see is that even though you get annoyed by that, you actually open up to it. You're like, okay, eventually. For the 6 of Pentacles, in the current situation, you get the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, because if you don't and you still kind of ignore or choose to ignore those things, it's energy. It's your energy. It's going to follow you around everywhere you go, in whatever experience you decide to jump in and things like that. And at some point, it might affect that new experience you're having, So I kind of see you potentially acknowledging that. Like, okay, I'm starting something fresh here. I keep on wanting to start something fresh. And there's always something fucking in the way, and I don't know what it is. It's your energy. It's gonna interfere at some point. I do see you acknowledging that, though. So that's a good sign. Because again, that means not only do you see it, that it's there as an energy, this catching up type of a thing from past experiences, but it could also influence your current experiences. And I don't think you want that. So one way or another, you're probably forced to look into these things. For the Empress in the immediate future, you get the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords. How many cooks are in this kitchen, man? I mean, there's you, for sure. And I think there's just one more. Maybe. Maybe one more or a couple. But there's one in particular that's the closest to you here. And if there's more, they're further down. Okay. But you're showing up super nice here. Super nice. Super steady, balanced, on your feet. Your own independence there. You got this. Right? And there's another energy right by your side there that feels really good to have by your side. Again, at this point in time, it feels like the closest person to you. Either it's just them, but they would function a little more from a practical side rather than, intuition, feeling side. They have it, they just don't function from it. Or there's other energies, again, a little further, that still show up as supportive next to you, things like that. But you're doing good. You're surrounded by nice energy here too. Cool. For the Nine of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Fool. Yeah, you got a bunch of energies around you at this moment in time. A bunch of things are moving when it comes to those energies. So if you're the one that's sitting here as an energy and you got several energies here, these energies are moving. They're not moving necessarily away from you, but they're moving around to kind of recalibrate, kind of find their spot, their new spot, So there's all sorts of things happening. Those are kind of natural. It doesn't bother you. You don't bother those energies doing that. So they're finding their spot. They're situated. It's like good to go, right? But there's a couple of energies that are moving there that are actually drifting away too. And there's one right here. There seems to be a partnership. I don't see this partnership going away completely, but I see it going a little further. So there's a little bit of distance here. And I don't know, it seems to be accepted on your end, on their end, I think it's a friendship maybe. There's a lot of acceptance on your end, especially over how you perceive this energy potentially distancing a little bit. Maybe it's temporary, I don't know, maybe they're going somewhere for a while. But man, your energy looks super cool. You're done with the energies that are kind of catching up with you here. This is just in the current situation and in the past there. But right here, no, you're done with that chapter. They're not catching up with you anymore. That tells me that you probably took care of them. Meanwhile, right now you're in a different space of balance, of stepping into your power, where you got your shit together and everything around you. For the Three of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Hangman, the Strength card, the Justice card. Let's see. There's distance. What is this distance? Who's moving? Are you moving? It does feel right though. It's whenever I see the energy of distance in the reading, it's tied up to something that makes it look like maybe it's a little problematic. Maybe. In here I see it twice, and I see it tied up to energies that make it feel super right. But I don't understand what's up with this distance. Maybe you're moving. Maybe somebody else close to you is moving. Maybe, again, a very long period of time away for someone. But it just all feels right and in place. It's a little tough to accept sometimes, but it's very few times. It's cool. Overall, it's okay. It's fine that it's happening this way. It's accepted on every end. Okay. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Page of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Chariot. The universe is kind of pointing out towards commitment, very close commitment, potentially a marriage. And it's kind of giving you the thumbs up. So the universe points directly at that and says, you're doing good there. You know, like, take it easy. Keep it easy. You're doing good. You know, don't push, don't rush, don't bring any other energies. Just chill with it because it's all good. Okay, universe. Okay, well, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.